Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gupta series, and yes, there's diseases about, and yes, there is a potential rebellion with dangerous factions, because ever since we've reintroduced absolute rule, which was by some approval from certain vassals, and we made it so, and to loyalists to me, but now they've turned against me, and it's with good reason. So you could say this could potentially be the beginning of a decline of the Empire. Well, not necessarily, as we're still militarily strong, but if we, play our cards right, then we'll make sure that nothing gets out of this Empire. Whether they want to lower the Crown Authority, since it's absolute Crown Authority now, or to increase the Council power, we'll do anything to put a stop to it. But as once we open those gates, I'll get my diplomacy skill back, but the general opinion would be down, as they don't like me for it. This happened last year. That's partly the reason why she's in prison. All I could say is, Hayden, would you please get my sister out of there? I mean, I can't use that action, but... because I wish I could bring you over here. But that captive of yours, even though he's a vassal of mine, but he's in seclusion. Let me see. Because it does not say anything about ransom prisoner, even though, because it's not in my court. That's in someone else's court. It belongs to Telangana, so that would be up to them to get my half-sister on. It's your mother. Yeah, it's a pretty complex situation down here. But just as complex as, well, even though they call her the Fearless, but she's not fearless anymore. She's a craven and a coward. Vassals don't like that. And just recently, she's also become paranoid, too. So, and some of that paranoia is beginning to affect her. Unfounded suspicion, so she's losing her mind in complex plots that exist only in her head. People around her take notice. Take notice. And the known murder, that was from a long time ago. Because we were assassinated a caliph. But that was a long time ago. Irrelevant now. And because of that, she suffered bouts of paranoia in her life. Mild paranoia. Not to the point of lunacy yet. And since I currently suffer from a mild gout, which, it's a -2 health, but it's +1 with this one, +1 brawny, so that cancels it out. And in addition, bit of health bonus on that, including a successful treatment, so I'll be around, no doubt. But when all my children grow up, it's highly doubtful that I wish to retire as a sannyasini, as the, well, another part of that is due to my cynicism. That I would say that I know it's become a Gupta tradition for our rulers to retire to take up monk code, but I don't think we would follow that tradition anymore. We're not as a pious dynasty as we once were by our forefathers. Yeah, that's something that this Gupta dynasty is known for. Known for their piety and devotion, in addition to being great warriors. Thanks to great-grandfather Nilgrantha Rajganesha the Champion. And we got this little fighter here who knows how to fight. And also he's a Buddhist due to the influence of his father. I would rather make him a Hindu, but there are benefits in being a Buddhist. And plus, 0 moral authority, which means that conversions are impossible. Because as we now know, I mean, not all of Buddhism is declining, it's just, well, I'm sure we'll find out why. And I know for certain that soon Zoroastrianism and Nestorianism would be on the decline. But think for granted, even if you were to become a Buddhist, you would hold a holy site there. Yeah, yes, we have that too, but it's ruled by Hindus. And don't forget over there in Bamiyan. So yes, the empire may be expanded, but don't get the two green colors confused with the colors of the Arabian Empire and the Gupta Empire. Also, we plan on expanding a bit southwards, but we have to deal with this potential rebellion soon. Now we just have to wait for this disease to blow over, and I'll be willing to spend my money. Remember these libraries? Well, to get libraries, well, not all the provinces have the same construction level. Unfortunately, not all, except for nothing. Okay, so we keep the money then. But if we could get up to construction 4, I'll be willing to spend my money on separated wards. So that way, we could have a much more disease resistance, just to make sure all this does not happen again under my watch, or my descendants' watch. So now, as much as I would like to arrest some people, but no, because they're of kingdom size, then it would cause many complexities, but I could tell them to, you don't want to stop the plot, and you want to embezzle me, and yet you won't stop that plot. In fact, you are going to be the first person, once we open these gates, you're going to be the first person to be swayed. But I may have to give away minor titles too, to those that really, truly need it. You be the musician. I doubt it's enough to... Oh, you'll be willing to end the plot to, Oh, that's not related to any of my issues. What do you say, dare not refuse? Yeah. I mean, I could bribe you some money, but we already did that. Don't underestimate when it comes to combat. So just worry about the realm's stability for now. But there is no imperial decay here. And then 2. Someone else joined. Oris. Get out of this. I'm gonna make you the master of the hunt. You are a renowned commander, and I would hate it to fight against you. Plus, that's a heck of a long name for someone of the Orya culture. Nada Prahabnandjana Varman. That's my best, okay? If anybody is from Odisha state, try to correct that pronunciation. For any of you viewers from the state of Odisha is watching. Orissa was the old name back then. It's changed that at some point. So you probably want to save some money on, I don't know, hiring mercenaries if things do get out of hand. Alright, congratulations, you got the lance. Now give me my sister back. Please. By the way, what court does my sister belong to now? Thekana of Orangalu. So that would have to be up to my nephew. In fact, allow me to give you some money. Not a lot, but enough for you to sustain yourself. So you can ransom my half-sister, which is your mother, out of there. And I guess the Gupta did not take hold very long. So now they reside in Orangalu, which is where Warangal resides. Because I kind of want to bring her home. Once you get better from the flu, and if for some reason that my son Ruja Narayan dies, then you'll be the one to rule the empire. Because it seems you got pretty good skills all around. Well, once you were out of the seclusion. Prince Sigvandellian has recently arrived the Magadha as foreign representatives of a court. My lady, I'm on a campaign to take my rightful titles from the kingdom of Zaya and Abaji. We have lasting race support here to give the empire for my growing army. Wouldn't want to be deceitful, because I need that diplomacy. But, of course, I am asleep and wandering the void before my mind is pulled into a dream. Deep in my subconsciousness, I know this is a vision of the future. Through my consciousness, it doesn't register it as such. There's a fork at the road, at least. I think it is a road, and I think it is a fork at the road that goes in two directions. Oh boy. Disease is soon coming to an end, but if I'm feeling optimistic, I'll go left. I see an idyllic landscape as far as the horizon stretches. The sky is bright, the sun is warm, the birds are singing. In this world, my dynasty and my realm prosper. But this but one possible feature. I must be cautious. Sounds like it. The studies I conducted in my observatory convinced that there's many strange things beyond the known cosmos. There are a few sources and no one to share knowledge of me. However, I heard of a strange old scholar in the Arabian desert who is rumored to possess vast knowledge of the weird. I'll go see him. One more month, and then it's over. Likes Manichaeans, but doesn't like African cultures. Bogavati, getting some. It's good for you, but you've got a bad flu. Must have got it from your sister. Open the gates. Look, listen. The measles isn't gonna come in here. And if for some reason does move here, I'm moving the capital. Okay. Take care. First of all, that person's a spy master. You are the first person to be swayed. And allow me to make you the royal Buddha. And whatever plot you are backing, stop it. Oh yeah, you're still trying to embezzle me. You lost your backer. How about now? If you want to discredit him, good, because that man should not be in a council anymore. It's better to discredit him than just outright fire him. A Necronomicon. I arrive at the abode of a strange old scholar, Ibrahim. After some persuasion, he invites me in. I speak at length, and he tells me of a scholar, Abdul the Mad, who knew many things of the strange spheres beyond of the talking beings that are not human. I found out that Abdul the Mad wrote a book called the Necronomicon, which he recorded many strange and unholy truths. Ibrahim says that he's impressed by my sincerity and desire for knowledge. He can sell me the copy of the book. Tells me to beware, however, as too much intense study in Necronomicon said to drive the reader insane. I need those technology points, so must have it. And no more food shortages. Alright, where is it? Go through your vast library. Here it is. That gives you a little more learning. If you need more learning and more diplomacy, there you have it. Might as well take off Kama Sutra because you're past childbearing age. Yeah. Don't have that kind of sex appeal anymore. I'm too old for that. Now, it's gonna take a drop in monthly karma and a bit of that diplomacy, but more learning. It'll do. For a time. Oh man, significant depopulation. Yet, this was the capital of my great-great-grandfather Ramagupta lived there in exile before returning to Patliputra, here in Magadha. Shame, really. Strong vassals, of course, this is what that means. Even though the imperial decay is pretty bad. Because of endless civil wars, meaning endless changes of the throne, thus increasing imperial decay. Because of a lack of, let me read you this here. Because of a lack of coordination or, like, Crown Authority, a very large country, losing holy wars and such. Mary Laho. I might as well take that too. And give it to that guy who I gave the Punjab to. Here you go, Maharaj. Anyways, the hospital in Simarampur has seen an increase in the amount of people looking for food and shelter lately. You can barely provide the food requires as it is. Perhaps it could be a good opportunity to make an impression. I shall make preparations once. Alms and other supplies have been brought to the hospital. It will make life much easier for those in need. The question is how they present this extraordinary gift. This is something what this country needs. The realm provided this offering, a respected ruler. The dangerous factions is starting to tone itself down. Yes, I have poor relations with most of its members. Hostile, neutral. Hostile. Should sway somebody else. The tradition faction will soon be with us. Now the court faction, we gotta start getting back together. This man's in seclusion, so that won't do. Sway you then. And you will be the court poet. for that. I've noticed one of my courtiers feeding the birds out in my garden, throwing some breadcrumbs to the ground for the creatures. Oh, that's him that's doing it. Can I join? Can I join in? Even though we're trying to discredit the guy as a way of telling him to get off of my council. Because you're a malcontent. And firing you would just... Hey, where'd you go? Oh, you're a glory hound now. Pay off my bounty. There's a bounty on my head? Oh my goodness, 1,000 gold bounty. Huh. They really hate me. And I do not have the ability to defend myself because of 1, I'm getting old. 2, I'm craven. And 3, I have the gout. I am not what I am used to. And if some bounty hunter's gonna get me, I am likely to get killed. That would be the end of the fearless one. And that would make some people in the realm happy to see me go down like that. But I have a son to raise. Hey, you're in the stewardship. Should be provided with a man who knows all about it. Yes, my friend. So it's your one of learning. You'll be educated by the most learned man around, if he's going to be around for long. And Bhagavati, that little monster. Yeah, I'll raid him personally. Even though she might become a Buddhist too. Because my son is a Buddhist, but I won't judge him unless they give me the decision to change it back to being a Hindu. But if he wants to be the first Buddhist ruler of this dynasty's history of a declining faith, go for it. There are benefits in being a Buddhist, not only the learning, and because of the either the Dark Ages or HIP, I don't remember which exactly, but oh, and also in being a Buddhist, no opinion penalty against female rulers and heirs. I don't know if that's applied to all Buddhists, but I know Hindus and Jains won't think much about it. And you can only declare limited holy wars against non-dharmic faiths. And you could designate the heir just like the Jains. But most importantly, as I mentioned, Dark Ages HIP thing, women, Buddhist women, are allowed to become commanders. They're allowed to take up arms to fight for our empire. Hindu and Jain women cannot join the army unless the full status of women is implemented. You get the idea. Oh, I should have done that earlier. What's your skill? Try to bribe him. Just a second. This is probably not going to work. You still have that old channel armor. That book's just a second. Fetal warfare. Yeah, you got this book active. I recall I have a second one, do I? Yeah, that one. What's that other book? Library book that I have equipped? This one. Here's a way. Murder plot part 2. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. And we'll just say you will regret this. Although I'm Craven and I'm expected to get my tail kicked. And I'll be dead. And then Rujo Narayan will be 9 years old and a Buddhist. And the real question is, who's gonna raise him? Maybe father, since he's a fellow Buddhist. Because why the heck not? Let there be a Buddhist ruler, should I fall. And yet, they call me the fearless one, and I might as well live up to that reputation because I'm gonna take on this guy. He's never killed anyone. And he's from Kiranapura. Serves as the commander over there. He's had a bit of a dual experience, must have dealt with them. He may get a lucky shot, even though I have a slightly better combat skill. Just flail wildly. Got a hit. Bruised his torso. I'll try to dodge. Okay, he missed me. Try to swing the weapon. Got him again in the torso. Pick a body part and work on it. Try to flail his weapon. I'll try to dodge. He missed me. I said pick a body part and work on it. He tried to counter. Stroke him again. He's wounded now. He hasn't got a hit on me. I'll pay off the bounty. I'm not going to be this kind of person who is going to defy all odds and fight to the end. There's reasons for it. Oh boy, counter. Stunned me but missed the follow-up. He only hit me once. Just bruised my torso. Whereas for him, you know, he's just badly bruised. Attempt to feint. Got a hit. Target the center. Go down, you bastard. So he let out a battle cry. All attack is more likely to be critical. We'll try it again. Duel to the depths come to an abrupt end. I survived the assault and Absar the Deva died at the end of my blade. I'm safe for now. He should have known better than to challenge me. And even though I'm a member of the monastic society, I gained some devotion, not glory. Maybe just a way of saying, I mean, it happens to any society member, whether if it's this one, or the cult, or a great trade league. If you got a bounty on your head because of some person that really hated you so much, or any of the vassals for that matter, I don't think it was this guy. No. So yeah, I still got what it takes, but I'm still Craven. I better pay off that bounty before this keeps happening. Just when I was about to spend my money big time on something. I ain't gonna join no fighters guild. It's just insanity. Sheesh. That's all I gotta say. Hey, let's try to organize a smuggler operation again. Good to know. I don't think I ever get on Arcerian that much. Oh, significant depopulation and river flooding and all that. That place ain't what it used to be. Working in my observatory, I'm often disturbed by strange noises, Like handling large insects carrying away smaller pieces of equipment, and odd human-like figures spy on me, and I disappear into the night before I can even confront them. I really struggle to maintain concentration to get anything done. But I'll tell you what, it's not the only things that has been disturbing me, but apparently you can add bounty hunters to the list. I must focus. Didn't get stressed, which is all I care about. Your attempt for a subjugation war. You got 2,000 versus 3,000. I guess it's for Mawa, right? Yeah, Mawa, because you're next door. If you do achieve it, then no doubt the future subjugation war should be for that area. Once everybody's calmed down, then we'll begin our advance towards the south. Oh, I just realized something. I don't think it's possible to get what we want down there. Oh no, we do. Even though he's a thick hunter, but we can claim it. Just not right now. Let time tick by, and then everything will be alright. Oh, I forgot. It's time for my treatment. During a discussion with some fellow lay members of the Vaitavata, I mentioned the dusty old tomes I store in a library in Patliputra. Most of the content is hardly intelligible, I scoff. The eyes of my peers widen. One should not take the writings of the Vinyakas so lightly, my lady. Oh, you're talking about this book? All this sounds a bit excessive. I forgot. Get back to reading that book. I don't need this, hon. Get that. There you go. You got your treatment. The book that I bought from the strange desert scholar has proven quite useful for gaining new ideas and insights in my studies of the stars and what lies beyond. It does, however, contain quite some disturbing text and images. Things that lead me towards a low understanding that make one mad. I have to advance to this. For the Imperial Administration. I must delve deeper. I did not become a lunatic. And I'll make do for meditation. It's been a while. Long overdue. And that's not the only thing. Now that there's time. Sent messengers all in all directions. Their mission to try to find a wise guru and convince him to my court. Hope they find such a person. Yeah, it's time. Vishnu shall be my companion. Too little eating has turned me to a shell of my former self. I've gained a malnourished trait. Here it is. Very fragile health, thus lowering my fertility and combat skill. Because of that ascetic lifestyle that I mostly live. And hopefully this will help me get rid of my cynicism. Again with the flu. That's twice. Or is it that one? I know you had it. Come on. Get it raised. Wait. Move it to Gaia. Join up with the retinue. Cannot make sense. This passage of the Mahabharata. The words are archaic and the meaning is deeply hidden by copious layers of symbolism. It would greatly benefit my spiritual development if I discovered the text sense on my own. Though at this point it would be better to ask him about it. You know, can't figure that out. Just no shame asking for my help. You know I'm dull-minded. I immediately sought him out to request it. It seems like caught him a bad time. For here goes some discernible rock. This Sritandra had no patience with me, and I failed to keep up. I left in anger. You're the ignorant here. Who was the original owner? Where did this come from? Oh, the wisdom. Died a natural death. The new wisdom is... This is what you expect. But again, we're the ones that founded this academy here. To the dungeon. Good money. This would help them respect me a bit more. The big difference in karma and prestige gain. And increasing the court size a bit more. Implement that. The next one, well, you're going to need to raise a lot of that. It'll take many years, and it's not going to happen in my lifetime. Anyways, the wise guru Ganeshwar Singh agreed to come and take up residence at the court. Excellent. So he's the court guru. Not a powerful vassal. But you're way more knowledgeable. And especially a loyalist. In fact, is it possible to, let me see. Nobody but her? Hoping for a philosophical tutor. Head to the volatile province. And also I can't be out leading troops, I'm meditating. It's restless down there, but volatile makes it worse. Vishnu show me the light. Well, let's try to get it. Yeah. Oh, good. A crusade for Jerusalem. There's no way that the Abbasids are gonna retain hold here. If our peace deal were to expire right now, I would definitely take advantage of this, but I believe that crusade would be over before we even get to areas like Gandhara or Sindh in those areas. Even though we have plans for a southern expansion. How old are you, man? Which one? 50. You better hurry up with that. I know that Andy Shankar was a paragon of temperance. I'm supposed to struggle to control my appetite while in meditation. I'm supposed to eat very simple food in small portions, but I'm growing where I cannot concentrate when my stomach grumbles like that. I used to be temperate. I shan't defeat my desires with a fast, even though I'm malnourished. This isn't gonna end well. Okay, they're out of here. Begin preparation for a southern campaign. Meeting place will be here. Yes, begin that war immediately. Even though we're only going to be taking some provinces, not all, but we'll fight in small major wars for these territories that is part of Karnat, all the way to down there. Even if we go into Pandya territory. Yeah, we'll have to get it bit by bit if we want to create the Deccan Empire title, which we control 44% of, but you need to control 66% of it to create this thing. And you're nowhere near that, so it's a start. And sooner or later we gotta get Andhra. As we do not have anyone that has claimants to this area. Neither does this bit. It's all part of Karnat. Part of Kanata. Oh, we'll be getting them bit by bit when all this happens. So start that war. Now, based on the country's small size and the ongoing conflicts, including a subject, this little one, we're going to subjugate that. We better make that move. And fast. And certain local vassals will be there if some of you will cooperate, which I doubt it. How much can you provide? Actually, just good enough. Just these forces and some of ours. In fact, move to there now. First day of Vast went reasonably well, but on the second one I woke up ravenous. Thought I would die. I hurried to the kitchen, ignoring the servant's stares. Once there, I provided a shove. Anything edible I could find in my mouth. Not caring who saw me. Now everyone knows of my failure. How could I shame myself so? I'm gluttonous. Great wisdom comes to those who study the world and learn from it. I study the stars and other things beyond this world, taking me on very strange paths. My learning has increased immeasurably since I've started. The stars are right. Got rid of the craven trait. That's good news. Just for having too many traits, but gluttonous is not good because of the lack of stewardship. I failed you, Archaya. Feels like I'm not true Archaya at all. Listen, if you can get them out of there, because I'll be willing to fight again. Maybe I can get my bravery back. Bread crust lover? Okay. too old for this sort of thing, but still. You vile glutton! The Kannada soldier yells as he charges at me. This expression more of a wild animal. For a moment at time stands still, watching the movement of shiny sword coming straight from my hand. You're the fearless one. Just do it. It's over, I shout. Indra staggers backwards, clutching at clearly a fatal wound to his stomach. Turn to face the crowd. Yield or I continue, but my command is cut short. Taste of blood filling my mouth. My opponent drops his bloody great sword. Now it's over. We killed each other. Well, she did go out fighting. She did get rid of her craven trait before the end of her life. And despite the fact that she was malnourished, didn't eat as much as she used to because of her ascetic lifestyle that she lived. And so she wanted to fight one battle just to get her bravery back. That's what she wanted, and that's what she got. So, as it says, Samrajni Rani has ascended to heaven at age 51. She was slain by Indra Manyapurid in the chaotic battlefield duel. Barely eating anything, Rani was known for her weak constitution. Many a court were fearing that her habits would lead her to untimely demise for years before her death, even though she was also suffering from a gout, which is just another thing, you know. Now, her only son, Samrat Rudranarayan, merely 11 years old, the realm is left in the hands of Kirpo Regent and Council. Long live Samrat Rudranarayan. Samrat Rudranarayan ki jai. So, well, yeah, jai. And also he's our first Buddhist ruler of the Gupta dynasty, of this dynasty's history. Not to be confused with the old Imperial Gupta dynasty back in its heyday, which they were mostly Hindus, but some were Buddhists, for whatever reason, either by personal choice or whatnot. So we felt it's about time for a Buddhist to rule this Indian empire. But if this is going to be leading to his doom, then perhaps Veena would be the next one, and she would be excellent. Even though her flaw would be a lack of diplomacy. Huh! You know, it was the father who raised him to be a Buddhist, but now, no longer. He decides to become a Dingabara Jain, who walks naked. Even though he's wearing armor on the portrait, but he's not a real, you know... Maybe on his off days he would walk around naked, but when it comes to serving his country, put on your armor for God's sakes. Be sure to inherit that marble statue back in case he falls, knowing he fights alongside of us. Although he is the heir to the kingdom of Bengal. In case if I die, and then Veena takes over, his sister. Even though she's a zealous Hindu, and that's something a country would like to have, but no, we gotta think of a middle way these days. Where's my troops? There you are. Unfortunately, this happened during the last day of the battle. I mean, the battle was over here. And then she died during the final moments of the battle. But she was fearless. We can't deny her that. She had her moments of paranoia and not being as brave as she once was, but still. Mother was brave. That's what father would tell me about her. She was brave. Although she was the one that introduced absolute rule back to India, but not quite absolute now. Now it's a regency council for the next 5 years. Yes, next 5 years. Shocking development, really. Oh, you. But at least he respected her again. Although I'm gonna have a bit of issues with him as he's a zealous Hindu, and the fact that I'm a Buddhist, being raised by a Jain father, which based on his expertise, perhaps he could teach me a few things. He's mostly a good guy. I think he would be a good influence to me. Excuse me. There you are. And don't forget that I'm a descendant of the Pala as well, in addition to great-great-grandfather Rajaganesha the Champion. Oh yeah, the German. Well, technically Hungarian, but culturally German. You'll be on the council, father, because I need a loyal one. Right, as a Buddhist, I don't think we have a Bhikkhu. Not until you have a karma of 25, which it's not hard to get. Unless you do something nice for your life. But as a Buddhist, at a pretty young age, I can write a book because they say learning equals 8. And I got all this money, so why the hell not? So I shall chronicle my family history, of course. Glory to the House of Gupta. Well, meanwhile, there's a war we must win. We gotta put this man on the throne. What is it, I ask gods? I inherited this to the beautiful Kumara Devi. One explains from Samrajni Rani. He continues, if you want to keep it, we'll store it for you, master. You might need some maintenance, though. Maintenance is to be expected, I guess. Shortly after the death of my mother, Samrajni Rani the Fearless, I brought a strange piece of news. It seemed that our library was raided. Neil Adam was stolen. Was being a strange old book by the Arabian origin. 2 of the servants who were in the library at the time were found dead. The witnesses refused to describe the state of the bodies. Strange. So no court champion for now. The study books are equipped. Says everything. Yeah. Let me think. Don't know if I'll get another child trait out of this. I only have conscience. I remember, in case something bad happens to me, she'll take over. Pay a tutor to teach this person. Think, think, think. You had something else in your mind and you lost it. Valtal province. Jaunpur. Take care of that. Till next year. I already had you in that. Let's continue on, although those are the forces we're supposed to go after. And you can assault it pretty easily. Skill-wise, you're not all that good. Huh. Bring new force to over here. Also, do we still have that court guru, or did he went away? Because he's a Hindu. Yeah, he's still there. You know, he's a Hindu court guru, not a Buddhist one. And of course, that Imperial Decay that we saw earlier, it's now now it's 12%. Which is really going to affect on a plat power defense. More if it's inherited than usurped, that's why. And it's a very large realm. And a crown authority is much higher. That's why the Imperial Decay is like that. So, and hopefully the regent of ours better not do something stupid, because he is cruel and zealous, so there might be an increased possibility of furthering the decay. Oh, it's over there. You can take care of that. And soon, hopefully. Oh no, that one's a full garrison. Don't assault that. It's only 6%. And this could be their chance to try to increase the council power, which could mean more chaos. I've asked Kamal Narayan to teach you how to fight better with a sword. Stick him with the pointy end. Went from novice to a trained fighter. Damn right I know how to fight. Has to be less than 30. Even if I were to unequip those books, it wouldn't matter. And of course, one of these must be true and all that. This one's got no garrison. Now assault that. One more. And we'll win it. There you go. Regent Maharaja has managed to push through a law lowering the crown authority in the Gupta Empire. Oh, I shall remember this. How dare you. How dare you. And because of that, I do not have as much control of the domain as I used to. They are trying to weaken the realm. Although it may reduce the imperial decay, which is fine, but certainly not the way I would want. Now it's part of the empire and we got plenty of enduring wars to fight. You're first. Fortunately, there's not much of a garrison, so it'll be done. Unless... Zealots. Glory hounds. Favors. Who's asking you a favor? Yeah, I believe those first few years is going to be a hindrance for him. Well, what about this area? They'll still say no. That damned marshal that we're trying to discredit. Which I would have liked to see him fired, but... Of course, I am not in any authority to try to, help with any plots. I mean, I could just place him right now, but... He's not a powerful vassal, but... He's a member of one of those factions, yes. Which is going to be problematic. Even more problematic is I lack diplomacy. That Yavanna is going to be a problem. Also, give me a Beko. Someone who can understand me. Now, what side are you on in this issue? One sec. You're a glory hound as well. Too young to attend any coronation ceremonies of any kind. Perfect, great, hunt. Well, anyways. Well, just like my sister, I'll go for a stewardship education, but... I think you might be the right guy for the job, because I could get either temperate or diligent because of you, since you're a good guardian of mine. But I doubt that I would even get it up there, but... And also, as far as genetic traits is concerned, I don't have his lisp or anything. I'm not dim-witted, I'm not tall or short, just normal. Just a normal child who happens to be a Buddhist. Born a Hindu, raised a Buddhist. And having more stewardship skills could be good for the domain size. Have you acquired Mawa yet? Not now, they're working on it. Another benefits of having very high stewardship. Makes, you know, stability of the realm more likely. Prosperity is friendly. That's only because he's the only one that likes me practically. But now the court faction is really against me, and they're probably going to demand something that I probably wouldn't like, so... Ah, here we go. Let's try to win this one war quickly. There's no old siege master around. The only Buddhist vassals we have is Orissa and Gauda. It's gonna take a while. Be patient. Bhagavati. Oh, different Bhagavat. If I ever pick up bad traits, I'll be sure to go for those ambitions. In case I've done some decisions that would make me feel like a bad person. Wait, what's the opinion of my spy master? A malcontent. Oh, replace that immediately. I'm afraid of that. You may never know they'll assassinate me and put my sister in, which the Hindus will be happy, but not so much for the Buddhists. Almost there. It's till the end of this year, then. I've always been one to finish my chores properly, and those of others. I just like getting things done. I've become diligent. It's good to have. That'll make vassals respect me a little more. 100%. Into the Empire. You're next. If council allows. It's divided and 4 against 4. Again, you are the regent. You proved this. And Magadha is... he's a Hindu. What the heck? You're supposed to be a Buddhist. Well, get me another one. Oh, where is it? Wait a minute. You can invite this one. But inviting that costs only karma. That one requires money. Why is that even there? But you'll get the karma for time. You can replace them. If you're that concerned. Stories abound of ghosts frequently passing through a village in Jawanpur. The locals are of two minds, unsure how to react. Some are terrified, others and believe it is the best sent in holy men and women to exorcise these restless spirits. Others view this as more rational lens, seeing as a blessing and an opportunity to honor and say prayers to the dead. Yet, others say these are all just some hallucinations by deranged individuals. Strange stories indeed. Who knows what truth is? What the truth is? Now they're against. Magadha doesn't even want to vote. You're just a vassal. Don't care what you think. You damn fool, that was your only advisor. Don't you forget that... Oh dear. Actually... Well, there's him in this place. The votes are against, and ultimately says no, despite the fact he says yes. Here's another one, but he's, oh dear. That man. I don't know what your position is on this, but... Levy tax obligations are placed upon your feudal vassals too much and exceed the power we believe the Samrat with over subjects. We hereby demand that these burdens lessened at once. What's this? Feudal obligations. Make it out of minimum. We would get none from levy and taxes. This is what strengthens the empire. No. Damn it, Regent. Kosala is the only one that has the rebel trait. Or is fact neutral. But he doesn't want to move in on it, ultimately. Now this is a sign of tensions. Now everybody's going against me. And we know that man... More of this. Phantoms were observed in large numbers in a specific region of Junar. Though the witnesses claimed these ghosts were harmless, they were preoccupied with engaging in mundane activities like chatting, enjoying face singing, and dancing, and playing various games, almost as if there was a separate town of ghosts and I. No reputable scholar or clergyman able to verify these claims. Must give these spirits their due respect. What the hell's going on over there? That's all I gotta say. You sure about this? But you just wait till you grow up. And you can make all these decisions without the council hindering you. Especially you. If only I could... Am I really that vengeful? Guess I am. Some bounty hunter will take care of it. Get me a new regent, and hopefully someone more Whoa! That was quick! After all, you're in a large empire. As soon as there's a bounty placed, the bounty hunters would just jump at the opportunity. So they got him. Excellent. New regent, please. Good. Just need a more cooperative. No, no glory hunt. Okay, wait. Study this first. Moneymakers are the one that tend to be more willing, so go for this one, this lowly mare. There you go. Now we're gonna go in after this area. It's gonna take a while in this other major war before we will start getting down towards the Tamil regions and figure out how to get Andhra Pradesh into the area. Because we know we cannot subjugate them. But we can subjugate them. Where? It's good land, but Rajputana isn't. Oh yeah, the holy wars that are minor and major. If you've got the piety, that is. Council is no longer malcontent. Come Rupa Nepal, the new king. It's kind of funny. I said, am I that vengeful? Place a bounty? Guess I am. Sure. Will this make you happy just to make it a new chancellor? Not quite. But it'll do for a moment. Oh, in fact, I didn't see yours. You're way better. You could definitely stabilize the realm with this. Get that man. That's all we could do here, unless you want to fight another beauty. In fact, where's the kingdom of Karnat? Oh, it is you. Anyway, so turn to home base. Having invested myself in this endeavor, I've been feeling drained lately. When my scribes ask me what the next section of the book should be about, I throw my hands out here. How should I know? You cannot rush these things. I need inspiration. Perhaps I'll indulge in some late night festivities with my soldiers, even though I'm 13 years old. So why would I be mingling with soldiers? And that'd be a rowdy lot. There's a chance I may get wounded, but very small chance that I'll become maimed and severely injured, which would likely make me die, and then she takes over. At the expense of everybody else that'll be happy to do that. And whereas there's a 1% chance that I'll die instantly, and I'll be vomiting. But there's a chance that you could still die from vomiting. Just risk it. And nothing happened to me. Boy, we Guptas are death-defying people, aren't we? Pious and death-defying. True is. I'll be sure to get tutored, since Mother died prematurely. Had she lived, she would have put me in that university. That Imperial Academy, where I could get a much proper education, but... well, at least I'm not dull-minded, so I'm not going to be as well educated, and I seem to likely not have as many traits. Not going to happen. Count? Cousin. Hi. I forgot you live over in Orangu. Hostile, friendly, hostile. Well, let's start gift giving away. Basically a way of saying, you know, it's time for an imperial charity. To improve relations of everybody. Because if you get good relations with vassals, the faction will support you. Especially when you grow up. We just felt it's about that time. Well, I'm at an age where I can get married now. But, real question is, who would that be? Oh yeah, she's of a nomadic government that she lives in that court. Hence the reason why I'm allowed to marry the Zoroastrian. No, I can't inherit her bloodline. Unless... Hey, sister. Wait a minute, what? No, cannot marry close relatives. That's not what I'm trying to say. Calm down, will ya? This screen. Matrilineal. Damn! What I was hoping for is, you know, those guys who are remnants over there by now. Oh, they're really broken up then. If the Kareni bloodline are still around, as long as they didn't marry each other, then good. Unfortunately, all these men are landed or married to each other. Well, here's a chance to, you know, try to find this man and, invite him to court to get them married to my sister. That's a new plan. At least, some who converted to Islam won't be able to marry each other. So, they're plentiful out there. Don't worry about it. All you gotta do is just invite a man over here, marry my sister, while I'll just marry somebody else. I got an idea. And you know how much people just facepalm themselves when a Gupta's got an idea. Just wait till I turn 16. I know what to do. We'll end this episode once he turns 16. Thanks to my parents' high martial abilities, I may be gifted an increase in the martial stats. Great. My parents' total high relevance stats were born with possibly increased my own stat. Starting at 15, a higher representative stat, a higher the possible bonus to receive up to a maximum plus 3. If you see the two tests in tooltip, that means both parents contributed high stats. Consider yourself very lucky in this case. Well, since we have a single parent now. So, you picked it up. Got one stewardship. Not quite there yet. A powerful crime ring. It came to my knowledge that there's a dangerous criminal syndicate been operating in my domain for a long time. It is true that there were faint signals that the activity, but through the good efforts of a lower member of my security forces, now I know that a devious criminal screams present in my provinces. Well, I ain't shrewd, but I'm diligent, but don't know if I could trust my counsel, knowing that they'll probably want something in return. And my damn marshal, who we could appoint a way better one. Even though we wanted to discredit him because we believe that he overstayed his welcome. But I believe he may know a lot of things more than we do. And he's quick-minded, but you know what? Keep him there. He may not be shrewd, but he's got good stats, so I'll ask my marshal to fight this dangerous syndicate. Don't trust my spy master yet. father teach me how to fight a better sword. Stick up the pointy end. Now I'm a skilled fighter. Don't underestimate me. My goodness. These damn laws. Laws that have hindered the vassal limit. It's been a long time since one of these resources have went away. It's Koshala and Kamarupa in Nepal. These guys are always a hindrance. The main too big female air zealot. Another damned zealot. You are in the council, but yeah, we recently fired you. So there's likely going to be a rebellion, so get ready to fight a civil war. My scouts informed me that the most skilled physician residing in a nearby village, even though he lacks any formal schooling, supposedly a raging alcoholic. Villagers swear that he's been able to cure any ailment afflicting him. This Prananarian could be easily persuaded to come take up residence in the court. You got it. Who else joined? Picked up the ambitious trait. Oh, I know what my father did. I know what he did. It's one of those events. He's like, come on, do good, son. You pushed me too hard. And also you walk around naked around here. Now you have a headache. Don't turn me to a Jain. I think I see the benefits in being Buddhism. Diligent and ambitious. Sounds about right for his personality. An elephant's gone crazy and is running amok in a town outside of castle. It's already killed several people. What shall we do? We'll try to capture it. A couple of veteran elephant hunters managed to snare and capture the elephant and brought back safe to its fence. Excellent. The domain overseer. I need to appoint one. Examining. Damn it! None of you are good, but you're one of the best men here. Now I'm getting a bit of a rash. Over the past weeks, I can't escape this feeling my piety with the religious leaders close and far being diminished. While the standing among my peers reduced even further in religious matters, my dear Spires came to me with an idea. It must be the criminal organization that we are finding behind this nefarious act. Wonder how about to proceed. Well, we make a lot of money in this empire. Don't spare a single coin to uncover this crime. This sad event might happen due to deep links to the criminal organization chased not only on my court but also abroad. Everything is possible to decide to apply all of the resources against my invisible nemesis. The matter is so serious that my allies abroad are also involved in this capital operation. Be on your guard! Things are getting serious now. There's a way to get them out of this, but it seems it's unlikely at this point. Callistos, what happened to you, man? You're supposed to be a man of faith, and yet you've gone for war focus. No, not like that. Yeah, we never gave in to the vassal levy contributions idea. But now civil war is likely. So, my regent, who is, you know, my religious man who is possessed, and he's an imperial guard who knows nothing about combat other than he's hearing the voice. But yet the voice tells him that he is demonstrated to be an extremely competent, advancing my interests among us with the utmost efficiency. I will collect the fruits of his labor for a long time. Can only be very grateful to him. So, got an impressive liege. That'll turn him around, hopefully. I've been having these special feelings for a special someone lady. The strange urges I find myself embraced and close to one other person. If I could only find myself alone with, think in your head. The carpenter's daughter. Ah, damn it. Yeah. You gotta be good for something. Let father teach you. He knows anything. He knows a thing or two about stewardship. If I send my troops out there right now, this is gonna bring them up highly likely towards the path of independence. Neighbor, you have we have an understanding. After weeks of waiting for the right opportunity, I find myself behind a barn alone. To get the carpenter started, and my heart's been longing for, my palms sweating, my chest is pounding. I'm thinking about that option because it helps me get with the karma, which is something that I'm really lacking. So, consider myself chaste. A good person overall that I'm trying to be. And that damn rash. It is time for you to recognize the full independence of Jharkhand and the other states in the independence faction. Be reasonable and let us not resort to the bloodshed. Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kamarupa, Nepal, and Kosala. These are all pretty close to home. I will not be blackmailed, so that means civil war. Mastermind discovered. Here's a bit of good news. In a stroke of genius, I was finally able to destroy the criminal organization. Also tied the espionage from abroad, I have the pleasure to note that the mastermind is no other than Pujari Sri Chandra of Gaya. I could even recover part of the fundings for this evil operation. This traitor must be severely punished. But not right now, because he is dead. I was about to say, because there's about to be civil war, we can't arrest him, but he's dead now. Poor physique, because he's weak. Not bad for 75 for someone who's of weak physique. He was very loyal to my mother, but apparently not to me. And it's good that we have some gold, because we might use it for mercenaries, because we're about to have a big empire-wide civil war that no doubt our neighbors would want to take advantage at this. Still around. Oh no. He's also called the Conqueror. Pecheneг. This is the one you're thinking. That's so. So we're actually gonna end this episode on that note. An independence war that separated the empire now. And it's the Negrantha that's going to be leading things. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this episode. Because the Regency years had not been kind. Had Samrajni Rani lived, this civil war would have never happened. And the reasons they were against him is due to the fact of the lack of control and the fact that he is a Buddhist, which is a faith in slow decline in India. But yet, there are many other factors, including a criminal mastermind that made him look bad, but we took care of that. Because we have a new local ruler of that area, since the old mastermind's long dead. But yet it took a while, and we got him. So all we have to do is to fend them off for about a good year. Don't let them take any holdings. Should they win, these countries will go independent, and it will definitely hinder the progress of the unification of India. So you better join us in this next episode, because this one's of the utmost importance, especially the man who knows all about military matters. He's got 12,000 versus 10,000 arms. So we'll see how this goes, but until then, so long for now.